Hi, if you're new here, I'm Ganiti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going to watch 16th episode of second season of Anime to Your Eternity. So let's get to it. Let's go. Phew. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that like the last episode ended. I think like the school shot of him. I think killing some knockers. Though I think we didn't kind of solve the problem with the exhaustion in any way, unless like getting new spirits helps somehow in a way, like free new spirits, more energy. I'm not sure, we were never told that it works this way, and like how to deal with this exhaustion. Obviously he needs to practice, Fushi needs to practice to get like better and better, right? But as I mentioned last time, I think, right, it's not like he can just eat a lot of meat like Luffy from One Piece and be like, oh, okay, I'm restored now, right? I'm full energy now. Doesn't work this way. So, what is the way that it works? Like, what can be done? I'm not quite sure. And yeah, I took a bit of a break watching the anime, but I think I remember everything pretty well, right? I looked through the previous episode a little bit, and we are kind of in the middle of this battle against knockers. That's pretty insane how knockers, should I say, evolved, or at least evolved their methods, right? So this is proving to be really difficult, but like, was our training enough? Three Eternal Warriors. Okay. So this is obviously them. Kai, Hyra, and Massar. Right? Let's see how this works out. Like, Fush is using mainly his nameless boy form. Maybe in this episode we will see him use in action his three new forms. Unconsciousness. Yeah, you mean exhaustion. Like he keeps losing his consciousness. Ah, okay, so it does help, but not enough. The way they are running. Ah, because he copies like a new one each time. Kinda makes it faster. Like me playing Echoes of Wisdom and creating a new Echo, so the animation would start right away. You know, I think it's a good comparison. So Hyra is the best for assessing the situation. Mm. Oh wait, that's Really helpful for Fushi, I would say, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he didn't feel like other people's pain, so it's not too overwhelming. Mm-hmm. Like it's also interesting how like the qualities they come with the soul because the soul is still here. It's not just like um the body's memory, right? Because there are some details that I feel come from soul. Okay. I like his clothes, by the way. It looks cool. Oh. Hmm. Yeah, but that also drains him creating this unlimited ham. So knockers have an edge as of now. This is like cannonballs. That's how they're called, right? Oh. Huh? So they just went back to their bodies? They were just like, okay, maybe we should just revive ourselves. It just happens out of fucking nowhere. Maybe that's what Bonchan meant? Because he knew how Fush revived the girl. He told them that it is possible and that they can go back to their bodies. The last times it happened after he created like a healthy copy, right? So they pose it for him as if it only works with them free. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? That's a very cold way of thinking. Don't think Fushi is too empathetic to think this way. Okay. Hmm. So as soon as he cuts off the rope, was this like the rope on their souls or something? No? Wait, I'm confused. The bodies looked so like untouched, without any like wounds or anything. They looked like copies created by Fushi, but he didn't like create any separate copies for them. So, hmm, maybe I missed something. What the fuck is this? I feel like he can revive anyone, but I think the way it was posed for him, it's as if it's only this free, and now he's excited, like, oh, okay, with this free specifically, I will be able to, yeah, like stay with them as immortal as I am, so to say, right? See, now he does make copies, and then comes back. Maybe he did create some copies in advance. It's the way he captures them, but then they just run away. Oh, it's that old man that took March. I think. Oh, they're looking for her. Oh, that is so horrible, and like they experience that pain of death every time. Oh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is basically like he owns like this desk, like chess desk, right? And he uses the pieces to move them. It should also help with exhaustion, right? See, oh. He sent them out. Like to find more knockers that are more like in the back of the line of the knocker army. Yeah, so they were a bit like farther than his reach. So now they're just going to kill themselves to. Oh gosh. Poor Fushi. That is horrible. Yes, so they don't have to walk, they will be just recreated very quickly there, right? So now they choose use it all the time for teleportation? That is terrible, dude. Yeah, that is horrific. What? Oh. Yeah, seems to be like more prolonged war. A signal? How so? Because of. Ah, to save her life, maybe. Yeah, like we already know, but I guess these people don't know like the details here. So obviously they would be suspicious. Not clever enough. Uh, don't think so. You're just jealous of Bond, dude. Poor bird. Oh, that's horrible. I was interested in his strange monologue. Okay, so it all goes back to his feelings for Fushi. Okay, that was an interesting monologue. Like, okay. Didn't know he was so religious. If you want to protect his humanity, why you ask him not to feel anything? Logic. I think his empathy is a very good show of humanity. She left a letter. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so. I wanted to say nostalgic, right? I remember she wanted to send the letter to her parents, and like the dude said, "You don't even know how to write." She was like, "Okay, I got this," and he remembered this. So she left a message now that I'm doing great. Where is she going? Is she just chilling around then? Because some time has passed since she came to. But because she ran away from this sweet couple, I was like, where is she like going now, right? Because if she was as a soul with Fushi this whole time, like knows the situation, she knows, probably realizes maybe that a lot of time has passed, like her sister is now dead, like everyone she knew is obviously dead, right? So there's no one she would like try to look for, run towards any kind of home, right? So I thought, okay, if she's running towards something, and she was calling like Fushi's name, right? She's probably looking for Fushi. But it's been such a long time, and he's like always around. I feel like she would have found him by now. So I'm not sure what's she doing right now. But the Kahaku monologue, it was a bit curious. It was like he's talking about God out of nowhere. When did he become so religious? And so he calls the creator a black demon now. I was like, what is he talking about? Where is he coming from? But then it comes down to like again how he's feeling about Fush, and like he worries about Fush. I feel like okay, that is understandable. We were shown these feelings, and I feel like he maybe seems to be jealous of Bon, because to be honest, I don't feel like Bon is trying to elevate his status in any way. Yeah, he is being a bit shady and strategic with Fush, but I don't think he is being egotistical here in any way. Definitely in terms of revival, there's very interesting point, right? So with March, for example, no, let's start with the girl, right? I think Fushi did create her copy, and then the copy was like a healthy body, and so the soul of the girl just went back into the copy. I think that's what happened. I'm sorry if I don't remember correctly, but that's how I remember it. And then with March it was the same, like he created March's copy, and it was like a good healthy body without like the arrow. Was it an arrow, right? Wound. So the soul was able to go back into this body and like survive in it, right? Maybe at some point, and I missed it, he did create in advance like these copies bodies of the trio, and they were tied to the rope and kept in a safe place, and so then they were just used. But then it wasn't the same as with March, right? Because there was a copy, then the soul went into the copy, and that copy woke up and like became March, so to say, right? But in this case we had this free tied with rope, with Fush's rope, but they disappeared when, like, they were unconscious, but they came to consciousness and disappeared when the rope was cut. I guess no, in March's case the rope also, it wasn't cut, but her hand slipped off from the rope. So it's kind of similar, right? She was cut from that rope, right? But then the result is different because she stayed in this body and the trio's bodies disappeared. Maybe I missed something, I'm not sure what, but this is a little bit different. But the point here is anyways that Bonchan knows that Fushi has this ability to revive, but he wants Fushi to also have some people in his arsenal or something, or like he wants to withhold this information from Fushi. And now he kind of gave a piece of this information. He obviously talked to this trio and he did present them an idea and told this is going to work, but Fushi didn't know. And now they are telling him what they got from Bonchan, which is limited information, which is basically saying it will only work with us three, with no one else, right? Which is, as far as I know, is not true. So yeah, Bonchan is being a bit shady, but I wouldn't say he's being like completely like egotistical and thinking about his status, especially since he's kind of dead to the world, and I feel like his goal to become king, it's kind of not here anymore. Maybe like he isn't thinking about it really anymore. Maybe it will happen, maybe it will not, but it feels like the focus has shifted. And on topic of becoming king, Messar did say something like, oh my gosh, what was it, that I think the king is his father, but the mother is someone different, like a servant or like some other person, not his like official wife or anything. So him and the princess are like half brother and sister. So he is maybe he's not officially a prince, right? But he's still king's son. So maybe king is feeling like he's dying. Maybe they have like a patriarchy here and the princess cannot become the queen, so he wants to give the crown to Messar now, and Messar will become the king. But I'm not quite sure like if this is what's going to happen, because it was presented in a way before that Messar said it's not possible. I'm like a bastard child, it's not legal here, I'm not going to become the king. And obviously these two can't be married, in my opinion at least. It would be like incest. So because they were talking about this possibility, that's why I'm bringing it up. So I'm not sure what they are going to talk about, but in any case, okay, that was an interesting episode. And in the end, Fushi sees the mark left by March, and so I think thanks to that he will realize, it's not just these immortal warriors. March also got revived, and right after Kahaku was talking something like about, oh, Bon is not being like very truthful, right? Maybe there will be some conflict here when Fushi realizes that, oh, I wasn't given all the information, I can actually like revive more people, huh? And he is very empathetic. He will want to do that, I think. And obviously, I think it was hard for him seeing this trio like just easily like offing themselves even just to get revived in another location. So it will be like fast travel. That is so crazy. So we'll see in the next episode, but that will be it for today. So share your thoughts without spoilers, of course, in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and see ya.